instructions for using it are also on the bottle. And Listia, frankincense, copaiba, and black pepper. Specifically, frankincense, copaiba, and black pepper all together help also fight inflammation. So I wanted to let you know about that. There's some wonderful organic teas that you can look into to help support your detox. We've got an everyday detox, you've got a peach detox, and a green tea, a dandelion. There's lots of different options, but if you're having tummy upset, you can also look into fennel tea. Fennel, and there's essential oil fennel, which can also support you with your tummy issues. For emotions, I really like lavender and a blend called, I have lavender here, and a blend called Serenity. These are fantastic. When I started having some issues, that was one of the most helpful things for me, is to have some essential oils. I actually have a necklace here, and you can just put the essential oil undiluted on the little ring inside, and then anytime you need to, you can just take a deep breath. You can also get bracelets. You can also rub it in your hand. You can also make a roller. You can keep that in your pocket or in a vest, and it's super helpful. All right, other things for your emotion support, if you're having some sad and anxious feelings, you could also look into Elevation, which is fantastic. Lime with Elevation is very uplifting. Lemon is very uplifting. I also like orange, wild orange. I like citrus bliss, cheer. There's so many wonderful blends that can support you if you're feeling anxious or feeling low. Testing is so important on your journey for health. A lot of people don't realize they have genetic mutations that impact their ability to absorb vital nutrients and minerals, and also impact their ability to detox from the toxins in our environment. So if you can, you want to look up the MTHFR mutation. Dr. Ben Lynch is fantastic. You can find him on YouTube, and he can help you find a practitioner in your area who can administer the test. Typically, PCMs, just a regular health practitioner, can help you with that test, although it's pretty rare in general medicine. It's a lot more common in functional medicine. Also, if you're dealing with some mysterious symptoms, there's a couple things you can do. You can Google Dr. Horowitz MSIDS, M-S-I-D-S, questionnaire. When you do the questionnaire, if it comes up with a certain score, it will say you are highly likely to have had exposure to Lyme, for example. If your questionnaire comes out positive for exposure to Lyme based on your clinical symptoms, then I highly recommend looking for a Lyme literate doctor. Lyme literate doctors are different than conventional. They tend to be more integrative. They tend to make a diagnosis not based on blood work, but based on your clinical symptoms. Plus, they know the accurate blood test to do, which in this case is an IGeneX test, which helps to test not just the antibodies to Lyme, but the exposure to the Lyme bacteria itself. So there's a difference, because once Lyme gets into the immune system, it can kind of trick it to think that there's nothing wrong. The other thing that's really helpful is looking at celiac markers. A lot of people have gastro issues along with their autoimmune issues, either apparent gastro issues, but a lot of people don't know that they have low-lying chronic inflammation. That is a result of their diet. So a couple things you can do is you can test for the celiac markers. You can do an allergy test in general, but then you can also test for celiac markers, and that's HLA, DQ2, and 8. You can ask your primary care or a gastro doctor to run that test for you. If you come back positive for the markers, it's highly recommended that you avoid gluten. And I would also add, based on my research, it would include avoiding all grains, or if you do have grains, making sure that they're organic and also in small portion. And then 80% of people who are sensitive to gluten are also sensitive to dairy. So that's why you'll hear a lot about gluten-free, casein-free, or gluten-free, dairy-free diet. And you can research that by researching autoimmune paleo diets, or the Whole Foods 30 diet, or also researching Josh Axe on YouTube. Josh Axe in particular has a wonderful program for healing leaky gut, and it's about $99. It's fantastic. It's one of the best investments I made in my own health, to be able to kind of see where I was and give me some tips and tricks and recipes and meal planning and lots of support through a Facebook group there as well. So I can just highly recommend Dr. Josh Axe, and everything that he teaches is backed up by fantastic research. Another wonderful book I love is Dr. Aviva Romm's book called The Adrenal Thyroid Revolution. It is excellent. It has great quizzes so that you can kind of take an assessment of your own health. So I'd say if you are having some, especially if you're having fatigue or anxious feelings, some depression, low-lying depression, or depressive thoughts, you want to check out this book and then follow up with someone like her, or find someone maybe who can coach you online, which leads me to Dr. Laura Ritchie. She's a fantastic women's health coach. She's certified in functional endocrinology and women's health issues. She has a doctor of physical therapy. She has her own YouTube channel, so you can check out her YouTube channel. She is a Lyme warrior and cancer survivor. She's had double hip replacement, and she's young, but she's overcome so much. And she does have a wonderful women's health coach option for you. So if that's something you're interested in, I highly recommend looking her up on YouTube and looking for her website. And then I mentioned just briefly about the herbals that we do. Dr. Lee Cowden has an entire protocol that's helpful for Lyme at a fraction of the cost if you contact them directly about the wholesale program. One of the things, no matter what, if you do or don't have Lyme, the parsley, the berber, and panela are really helpful just for everyday detox. So you can't go wrong with that. And you can find them, like I said, at Amazon Prime. Or if you have Lyme exposure, just contact them directly. And last but not least, if you've watched this video and you have found that you're interested in some of the doTERRA products that I have mentioned here, you can get started with several different enrollment kits. There's a different option based on anybody's budget. I truly believe that you can support your health with essential oils on any budget. So I'm here to answer any questions you have. But the two most popular kits are the small kit, which is the top 10 oils in a sample size. And that includes a lot of the oils that I mentioned here today, like On Guard, lemon, peppermint, lavender, lots of great oils for supporting your overall immune system and supporting emotional health. The larger kit has 10 of the top 10 oils, but in 15 milliliter bottles. So that's going to last you a really good long time and keep you going for quite some time. And so I just want to finish up with a big, huge reminder. You may not think it's a very big deal to just go to a health food store or try to find something on Amazon, or, finding something just at a regular store over the counter that says essential oils, or maybe says pure, or maybe even says organic. You've got to look really, really carefully. Again, the one thing that I love about the doTERRA products is that their essential oils are tested by a third-party provider. You can take this number on the bottom of the lot. There's an expiration date, and there's a number for the lot. You can put it in the website Source to You, type it in, and you can find a report all about the oils, the batch where this oil was made and where it came from. This is really, really important because you want to know that what you're getting is actually what it says on the bottle that it really is. And unfortunately, other oils can be very harmful, especially if you put them on your skin. It can cause a rash, it can cause burning. It also gets absorbed and goes into your central nervous system, including your brain. And the last thing you want is something toxic to be absorbed into your body, and then you're thinking that you're helping support your health, but you're actually putting yourself at great risk. So I just want to finish this video the way I started, with a strong encouragement to make sure that the company that you're using, whomever it is, has some kind of therapeutic grade, and almost just as important, to make sure that they are tested by a third-party provider and that those reports are available to the consumer. That's so important. I don't want you to listen to everything I said and then go to, a health food store and find something that's actually synthetic fragrance and end up with a rash, or end up, with a burn, a topical burn, or end up with a headache, or, something else even worse than that. So I just want to say that's why I stand behind these products, because they're certified therapeutic they're certified therapeutic grade and pure, and also that you have access to the reporting, so you don't ever have to worry. You can access that anytime. I'll conclude this with my well wishes for you, for your health, for your journey, for the choices that are ahead of you, and for the days that are ahead of you. My heartfelt prayer is that you're going to find recovery and that you're going to see, a turnaround, because I know along this journey there's discouragement, but there's also, at this point, I can say there's hope. I can say there's much more forward movement in our life and our family. And the best thing about using these oils in some ways for me is that I have found so much support through the people like my upline, for the folks that I have questions for. There's so much encouragement, there's so much support, there's books